It's the end of June, and as always, the first thing we do when we arrive is we start to do some mowing. But I just had to squish a mosquito, so let's put on some extra bug spray first. I'm about to move on to the tilling, I think. And that's basically where the cherries are gonna go. I'm gonna till a garden bed for them, but those are about the spots they're gonna go. I've been tilling for about 45 minutes now, and this is what the bed looks like. I need to rake it next, and it'll look a little bit nicer then. We may even need to re-till it, but I just wanted to put that into perspective. This bed took almost an hour, and it's the fourth one, so this free 99 item is really getting its use case. It's been raked now. You can see there's a few stubborn roots that didn't want to get messed up by the tiller. So I'm just gonna go over this again fairly quickly with the tiller, and it'll be good. And they're in. The one in the front is the Crimson Passion. The one at the back is the Romeo Dwarf. They're both dwarf cherry bushes. And now I think I just gotta get a little bit of water on them because they want that. And hopefully I'll find time to mulch. I am having power problems. One of those panels has a broken MC4 connector, and I cannot seem to find one in person, so I'm gonna have to order them on Amazon and fix that later. I've also got the generator running, but I'm concerned that it's gonna rain, so I put a little cover over it. My actual problem, I've got three 200 amp batteries, but it seems like one of them takes the majority of the load and isn't charged to the same amount as the others. So I gotta disconnect them, charge that one battery up by itself to get it to match the others. But because of where they are, I can't do that while I'm by myself because I can't get back down safely. So, oh boy. It's been raining basically all morning, so I can't till because the ground's all muddy when I do. So I'm gonna try and clean up some of this tree line in here. There's some maple and some oak trees in here. I want to give them more space to breathe because there's a lot of buckthorn growing in here. That'll make good firewood for me, I hear, because it's a hardwood. So the buckthorn will be good to burn, but otherwise it's just trash and in my way. So I'm gonna clean this up. When did plants start growing fingers? The heat is so extreme right now. I'm tilling while I'm carrying an umbrella. I'm overthinking the decision on where to plant things way too much, but this is what's going in the ground. We got a little tiny lavender plant right here. Good luck. We have a sage plant. Now this one is a meadow sage, I believe. It should say right here, yeah? Yeah, this is a meadow sage. I really liked the color of blue that it was in the store, in the greenhouse, I should say. So I'm not sure what to tell you about it now. Over here, we have a midnight rose, also a sage. I liked the color of it, it was great. And over here, we have some bee balm. This is all gonna go great. Now, let's make it into the ground. Go! And they're in the ground. Although I need to correct myself. The meadow sage is actually called New Dimension Blue. The garden sage is Midnight Rose. And that is for the record so that we know what it all is later. These are gonna get in the ground today, or they're gonna get knuckle deep in my fingers when I try and do it. This is where we would introduce the sponsor of today's episode, if we had one. Let's get back to mowing. Tilling. Let's get back to tilling. My wife sent me with some tweezers to make sure I don't stab myself, but I certainly can't find them. So here are the barbecue tongs. And should use a hand trowel, but I only brought a shovel, so here we go. I mean, this is just a little tiny cactus. It doesn't need to be planted too deep, right? It does need to come out of the pot though. Go into the ground. And pat it down a little bit. Make sure I don't have any dirt built up along the back of it. All right, let's do the other three. They're in now. There's also an extra cactus because it was just hanging on for dear life. So here are my 5 cactus. I had to abandon this project the other day because it started raining on me part way through. But my friend Nikki is here to help out and camp for a few days. So now that we've got all the planting taken care of, let's go mess up a plant or two. It feels like we've hardly done anything, but we have the first couple of little piles to start mulching. So we're gonna cut through that. If you could hardly see, maybe you can now. It's kind of nice over here in the shade.